Okay, I believe we are live. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the next edition of the Pearls of Wisdom show. And I am Emily Miller, the Pearls of Wisdom coach, and I'm very grateful to be joined by one of my wonderful clients, Sandy Humby from the Alchemy. Thank you, Sandy, for joining us today.
Hi, hello. Yeah, it's lovely, Emily, to explore just what a Google Hangout looks like and how, this is such a great extra piece of technology that enables us to share. And yes, interesting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. And I know that Sandy just downloaded the tool for the Google Hangout just before we got on the show because it wasn't something she used before. So I'm super impressed that she has done that and she's here. And I just wanted to share with the audience, in case they don't know you yet, a little bit about who you are. And this has come from your website. So Sandy is a qualified, experienced pranic healer. She's a pranic psychotherapist, a pranic crystal and feng shui therapist, a rose healer, a certified NLP practitioner, an NLP coach, holistic health coach, KLC London trained interior decorator, experienced dowser, and house whisperer. She's a member of Independent Professional Therapists International, the Stress Management Society in London, the British Society of Dowsers, and the Royal National Rose Society. She's also licensed by the Institute of Inner Studies in Manila to teach pranic healing in the UK. And she's presented at the International Feng Shui Conference in Budapest, the One World Festival in Sevenoaks and Bath, UK, the Fountain International Conference, Suffolk, UK, the New York Feng Shui Guild in New York. She's held workshop courses and seminars at the Meta Center, the Theosophical Society, and the Open Center, New York. She's also been at the Van Vleck Mansion, Montclair, the Moongate Center, Blairstown, the Art of the Heart, Chester, and a place to be in Bergen County, New Jersey, and a lot of other places as well. The list goes on and on and on. And I just wanted to say that it's been such a joy to work with Sandy. I believe we met. Was it last July?
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
And
It would
so
do.
I wondered, Sandy, if you could just share with people what it was that attracted you to work with me and how we all got started.
Desperation. No, it's so this is me. I'm a very creative person. I had 18 years as a couture wedding dress designer, and that's really I'm very hands-on in the way that I work. IT and anything to do with technology has always been a stressor for me. It's always been the piece that's been the limiter, if you like, in my parameter of being able to think on a global scale. So my 18 years of wedding dress design finished in 2000, and part of the way through that journey in 1993, I had a small daughter at the time with asthma.
Okay.
And somebody said to me, Reiki would be really helpful for Hannah. And here's a lady that's going to be teaching Reiki. And I, as a mother with a daughter who couldn't breathe, the powerlessness of the experience sent me off to learn Reiki, which was really useful, really helpful. But of course, in my wedding dress design business, I was working hands-on on the body. So the girls would say, I can't wait to come back for my next fitting. I feel so much better. And I realized that the Reiki was going through absolutely everything I did. So, by the time I got to 2000, I knew I was dressed out. I was frocked out. I was,
Yes.
it wasn't lighting me up any longer. Although I was really good at what I did. We specialized in silk and antique French textile, and our dresses were in New York. We catwalked in New York and in Venice and in London and so on. So we were very good at what we did, but it was a place in which I just knew I was here for something else. And so I, through happenstance, found out about pranic healing, and it really resonated for me. So I went off to Vancouver Island, although I'd never flown long haul anywhere on my own.
Oh, wow.
I just got on the flight. I knew I had to go, and I met Master Choa Kok Sui and very quickly trained in pranic healing and really understanding energy anatomy and the finer ways in which you can work and rebalance energy. And then I went on and trained in feng shui, and I spent 10 years working with my then partner to develop a protocol within the realm of house whispering, using my energy understanding and my interior design skills and blah, blah, blah. But never in those places did I have to deal with technology.
Right.
So this is where I came to. So as you know, in 2000, I went off to the Alhambra in Spain at rose time, and that was to change the course of my life, in so much that I came back with all these images from the rose garden and woke up a couple of days later with a voice in my head saying, we'd like you to put 11 of us together and work with us. So I developed the work with the roses, my healing and personal development work with the roses over the last 5-6 years, just deepening and deepening my understanding and the tools, and starting to work with amazing groups of women, and then developing other things like scarves and other energy supporting tools from that, but always sharing that within my limited tool set. I managed to work out how to work Dreamweaver, and I could upload things into my website, and then I got it changed to a WordPress site, and I was completely and utterly foxed, completely and utterly frozen. So I think that when you're a creative person and when you are perhaps working within the healing arts, the technology skills are not necessarily your strongest suit. And there comes a point in your business where there is a limitation. There's almost like a grid around the ability for you to expand your business without somebody like you that can hold your hand and go, I can do that for you. Just send this over and I can do that. I can get your newsletter. I'd started putting very simple newsletters together, but they would be very random when they went out.
Right. And so when we started working together, we had like a very good initial chat to look at your business overall. What is it that you're looking to achieve? And we decided that a fortnightly newsletter that was sent out on the new moon and the full moon would be ideal for your audience and would really suit your message. And so together we created a template in MailChimp that we use every fortnight. And of course, there's been evolutions. Like for now, you do a free card reading when you're doing your fortnightly newsletters, and so that's really exciting to watch that develop. And also, I remember when we had our conversation in December, you told me about how you were. I know I'm going to say, like, you had an energetic download. You had this message that you needed to work with the roses on a daily basis for the 31 days of December.
Absolutely. Do it yourself first was the guidance I got. So when I'd been working with the rose work over the last 6 years, the 11 roses that originally came together, as you know, Emily, developed into 45 roses that that there's 5 different sets, and they work in different ways, and I share that work with groups that come together who want to come and learn how to work with the rose energies, because they're like vibrational medicine, really. You know, you can energy charge water on these cards, and it's like a Bach flower remedy essence. So there's yeah, it was like, okay, you know, experience what it's like to be working with one of these rose energies, these essences of the rose, with this message every day. And then we want you to put this program together to go out on the 31 days of January. So I even turned up at Waitrose one day with one of these rose cards stuck down my jumper, you know, because I was, you know, I would start with the rose in the morning and do a meditation with it. Then I would either put it by my computer, or I'd have it in my pocket, or stuffed down my jumper. So that I was actually really, really, really working with the energy, and I would notice what came up, or what I was drawn to, or, you know, what was going on, what they were beginning to start to move at another level, even in me. And I'd been working with them for 6 years. So yes, so then when we spoke, I went, I've got 31 of these videos to do. I mean, how I managed to get the technology up together to do those 31 videos, to actually record the video, download it, get it onto iMovie, top and tail it, put bookends on, upload it to YouTube, and then send it to you. That was quite a degree of mastery.
And now I'm sure you could call yourself a pro, because you've done it 31 times.
31 times, yes. Yeah, it was and it was an interesting experience in being able to sustain that that process, because it was, you know, it wasn't like doing, you know, 12 videos in a set. It was big, and but the feedback was phenomenal, and you were able to put it into a program that, you know, meant that I didn't have to think about the fact that I had to get it scheduled, or, you know, and we were able to send it out on a direct mailing to the people that had signed up. You were able to organize a sign-up process for me, and and, you know, link it through Facebook. And I think out of our 280 or whatever it was newsletter people, we had about 80 something sign up for the adventure, the 31-day Rosy Adventure.
Yes, yeah, we had a phenomenal success, because 45 of those 80 people were on your mailing list originally. So the rest all came thanks to Facebook and our magnetic marketing that we put together.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this new paradigm of marketing, and I think marketing's always been a bit of a horror for me, and I'm, you know, I probably, because I'm English, this whole thing of you know, the very American way of marketing, of you know, panic, sign up now, or get 3.5 zillion extra bonus, this, that's, and the others on top of it, has always been a huge turn off for me. You know, I mean, I don't have enough hours in a day to actually read what I do sign up for, let alone, you know, 36 bonus, you know, hour-long DVDs or whatever. You know, if I've engaged with something, that's all I want. I don't want all the other gizmos and gadgets. I just want this, and I want to pay what is a reasonable recompense for the quality of that I've signed up for. And this place of magnetic marketing feels to be the new paradigm of marketing, that by doing a video that invites people to come on this adventure with you is a direct invitation to say, this is what lights me up.
Yeah.
And do you fancy this? Does this engage you?
Yeah.
So,
well, it's great because the way your rose sets are structured, you mentioned how the first rose set is 11 roses. So we were able to ease people into the adventure by providing those first 11 roses for free to the public through YouTube, through Facebook. And that way, that gave people a chance to sample those and to make an informed choice. Is this something that they want to continue with? And I'm very happy to look at the results, because we can see when we look at the figures for YouTube that the numbers are, there's like usually on average about 74 out of the 80 people who registered who've watched each of those 31 videos, which is just phenomenal.
And the feedback, well, I know we did send out a feedback form towards the end of the cycle, and I mean, I think there was only perhaps 20 people that sent feedbacks from it, but that wasn't the only feedback I got. I had people that were responding to the actual email send out. And I've got, I think we put it onto the newsletter. I mean, one woman has been sending me pictures of her cat Leo in various combinations of connecting with the rose card of the day. So, but people have said, I mean, in the feedback on the Rose Alchemy page and on my page, because so what you've been doing is you've been uploading it every morning to my Rose Alchemy page, and then I've been forwarding it on to my personal page. And it's just been lovely to see the feedback from people where it's made a difference to their day, or it's been really spot on, or it's been a really powerful and positive experience.
Excellent. And I wondered if you'd be happy for us to go over to the Facebook page so that we can actually show people on this interview what it is that we set up together, and how we're going to take this further, like the next steps. So
yes, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Let me make sure I choose the right one. So hopefully we shall be heading over now. Can you see the screen?
Yes, it says an invitation for you.
Yes, so I'm just going to scroll up. So this is Sandy's Rose Alchemy page on Facebook, and if we scroll down, this is the gate, or if you like, the front end of the invitation. So Sandy, what I asked Sandy to do was to create a video that was a short invitation to kind of explain to people what it was you were up to, and also some information about how you came to have this 31-day adventure. And then just a very simple button that people can click to register, and it's just one click and you use your Facebook profile to be registered, and then the person automatically gets added to the MailChimp list, which means that then they receive daily the email with the new video. And this time round in March, we've added in mantras, so that it's even more value and even more powerful for people. So what happens when they click on that is they then end up on this thank you page, and you created another video for that, thanking people. And there's also here links so that people can go visit your website shop. So if they are interested in getting their own copy of the Rose Alchemy Oracle sets or any of the other beautiful products that you have, like your scarves and rose mats, then they can do that, or they can click this button to read your blog. And there's also a space here where people have, you know, left messages and comments saying thank you. So it's been really exciting that we've been able to do that. And what's coming next, if I stop sharing the screen and come back, is we're going to be inviting people to be able to work with you on a deeper level, if that's right, Sandy. So would you like to share a bit more about how you decided what that next piece would be?
Yeah, so it's, you know, it's really a step-by-step process for me, because I don't have the full picture of how I'm going to get from A to B. I'm just finding my steps and just sort of feeling the energy really of what needs to happen next. So we've been doing a bi-monthly newsletter with the Rose reading on it. So I've been sort of exploring what would be the next interface, what would be the next way of doing this. And I must admit that doing the newsletter twice a month, I found that to be quite a pressure.
Okay.
The second, you know, the new moon or the full moon came around much quicker than I was expecting it to, because, you know, I've got groups running, I've got rose circles running here, I've got consultations with clients, I've got one-to-one clients, and, you know, it's just like, oh no, it's come round again. And I've got sort of, especially after doing the 31 recordings. So you know, when we talked about it, and the more I sort of looked at it, it's like, well, how do we use technology? Because this is about, for me, this is about the tribe. This is about how I can deepen my connection and my support with those that love what I'm offering. And when we chatted about it and we were sort of exploring it, it's like, okay, one of the ways that I could do it is to do like we're doing now. So like a Google Hangout thing. And so we're looking at, on the full moon, doing the newsletter as I normally do with the 3-card reading, 3-card rose reading. But on the new moon, to actually do a live meditation at 8 p.m, because we've talked about that and we feel that that's the best time of day that covers all of the time frames, because I've got people both in UK, Europe, Australia, and on both sides of the States. So by actually having that sort of direct connection, that feels to be the next thing, so that I'd be able to do a live reading and also do a meditation, a rose healing meditation. So yeah, that's the next piece, and we've been looking at it as to how we monetize that, because that's the next piece for me. The whole process of this is, from me, is about being able to create a very authentic and integrous lead in, so that I can create a foundation for my life, because currently I live alone and I support myself. That it allows the roses to come forward to create a supportive platform for me to develop the work and to develop where I want to go with this, which is to create a 9-month mystery school program. So using this place of personal development, just in a parallel to how the ancient mystery schools were run, so that there's a really rich platform, and people have got a journey that they can go on with me and with the roses that will enrich in their lives. So it feels to me that the rose circles are part of that stepping stone, if you like. So I run a rose circle here, and I'm by the New Forest in Hampshire in England. So I have people that come physically here. It just feels nice to be able to provide that circle.
Yeah, well, this is the wonderful thing about the technology, is that we can take what you're doing offline, all those years of amazing experience, your pearls of wisdom, as I call it, you're going to bring those online thanks to the tools and technology, so that you can leverage your work. You can create a consistent income by having a monthly membership that people can join, so they can participate in these rose circles. And then later you'll be able to run your 9-month program as well, the mystery school work. And we've also talked about other ways of packaging up, like the rose classes that you do live, so that they can be available to download from your website. So 2016 is looking like a very exciting year.
Yes, and another level of being okay in front of a camera.
Yes. Well, your energy is beautiful, Sandy. I really look forward to watching your videos, because you exude the energy of the roses, and you know, you have this very calming effect. So
yeah, thank you. People say that, but I'm sure that they don't see my internal mechanism going around like windmills at times.
Well, we all have that. We all experience this, you know, and it's those times are necessary, because that's what, you know, makes us who we are, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I was talking with some people the other day, and just talking about the whole process of the development of the Rose Oracle deck, and you know, and they were you know, said, when did you get that printed? And I said, well, you know, it was in 214, in June 214. And then I said, you know, that so I launched it at the United Nations, and they all looked at me, and I have to say, you know, you're sat in this little well, I was in a boutique hotel thing where I'd had a meeting, and you know, this sort of very low key sort of environment. And then the contrast of you know, how we go out in the world and share the work, and then come back into this place. You know, I think that the technology and what you're able to offers this beautiful way in which, you know, you go do that, but actually be able to sit in this still place, you know, to share the work. And I tell you, my interiors were going around like windmills when I went to do that. So that's what it reminded me of as I was talking. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Sandy, for sharing that. And I'm so delighted that we've been able to help you, or to share your work through the technology.
Thank you.
And I have popped on the page where this recording is linked, so that people can go and check out the 31-day adventure, the Rosy Adventure.
Lovely.
So if people want to register, they can still join us. And also, if you want to share any of your contact details, if people want to get in touch and learn more.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, my website is rosealchemy.com. And so email is sandy@rosealchemy.com. And I'm just in the process of putting a website together that will actually be sandyhumby.com. So I'm coming out from behind the roses.
To be visible, to be like, this is who I am. Here I am.
Yes, I'm not hiding You know, the Rose Alchemy work has really emerged from this real knowing of the path of the rose, the way of the rose. And for many of us as women, you know, this has been our path to find our voice and to find where we fit and to find what our gifts are. And you know, so it's quite amusing actually that we're in this situation, we're talking about this, but of course this is what the way of the rose is, and this is what the Rose Alchemy work is. It's all been about helping women in particular, but also men if they're working with their feminine. It's all been about the re-emergence of the true power of the feminine, and how when that really merges with the masculine, something greater is born. You know, we need both these energies to work in harmony, and we've been in a very in a time when the mind has been valued, intellect has been valued over the heart and our gut wisdom. And so the rose calls us to love. The rose is just pure love. And so when we can access that part of ourselves as well, we become super magnetic. So I think that that's really what the magnetic marketing is about. When we follow the light of our hearts, you know, that's when others really like to engage.
That's beautiful, and I believe that's why we resonated so deeply straight away, because it is all about that pure love and entering your heart to be connected, and that's what I'm really happy that I get to share your work, and I'm also inviting other women who have lived amazing lives offline to join me to receive the free training that I'm running this month, so that they can get the clarity and the confidence to share their work online and to be able to generate a consistent income. So
it's about doing what lights us up, isn't it? You know, that's really, you know, when we're doing something that lights us up and the heart flame is lit, it fires the DNA, and the you know, there is more energy available for life. So when you're facilitating that expression out in the world, you're opening doors for people that need their hands held to find that clarity and that pathway.
Well, thank you, Sandy. And I'm remembering something that you said to me about how you'd worked with, is it Rebecca Elner, the lady
Rachel
from the
Elner. Yeah,
Rachel
Elner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because like she had this vision of you of being a diamond and needing a setting, you know.
Yes, she did. Yes. Yes.
So,
yeah. It's like that you need somebody who's got some structure. So if we look at, actually, I was only talking to a client just now about Maslow's triangle, and this place of having this foundation in life really stable, so that we can move into that more altruistic aspect of self. And you know, when you have crafted something, when you've been gifted with you know, insights and a gift to give the world, you need somebody that can give you safe holding to actually allow that diamond or that rose, whichever way you want to look at it, to shine. And it's and she was spot on with that.
So
thank
you for sharing that story. And if people want to get in touch with you, then they should go visit rosealchemy.com. and if anybody wants to get in touch with me to find out more how I can help them get their pearls of wisdom out there, you should visit pearlsofwisdomcoach.com. And yeah, just want to say thank you once again, Sandy, and I really look forward to helping you get the rose circles out there, and also the mystery school.
Thank you. We will.
Yes, we will. It is happening. All in perfect divine timing. You know, you can't rush things.
You cannot rush a good thing. This is good. Very good. Thanks, Emily.
You're welcome. Thanks, Sandy. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this Pearls of Wisdom show. Do come back for next week's episode, when we're going into more details about how you can package up your Pearls of Wisdom with Neryl Peterson from Australia. She is the woman responsible for salons of greatness, and she's doing incredible things to help salon owners to get their confidence and grow their businesses. So that promises to be a very exciting episode too. Excellent. So thanks, everyone. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.